My name is Paige MacKenzie, and I'm just finished my 7th year on the LPGA Tour. Graduated from the University of Washington in 2006, became a rookie in 2007, and actually recently started working for the Golf Channel, mostly on their morning show, The Morning Drive, and also serve on the LPGA Board of Directors. So I'm busy outside of just playing golf.
And how did you start playing golf in the first place? Take me way back.
Okay, so my parents are crazy golfers. Like what you would expect from like just a person that loves the game of golf. And when they were married, they played a lot of golf, and when they had children, they said, we're not going to let kids stop us from playing. So what they did is on a push cart, on top of the golf bag, they built a baby seat. And I have an older brother who's 18 months older than me, and when he was 6 weeks old, they started putting him in the baby seat and taking him out on the golf course while they played. So when I came along, they did the same with me, and so I grew up around the golf course, and I really didn't know any different. I thought every little kid learned to play golf the same way I did, and that's how I got started.
When did it transition from you on the crazy push cart, which I think is hysterical, I've never heard that before. When did it transition from your parents' sport to your own?
Probably in college. I'm not kidding. When I was, even like 9, 10, 12, I was playing junior tournaments at the time. And I started my very first tournament was when I was 7 years old. So don't get me wrong, like I played a lot of golf, but it was still very much their sport. And my brother loved it. So it was more, if I wanted to hang out by myself, then I could stay home. But if I wanted to be with the family, then I would go play golf. So that's how it started. And I mean, there's old home videos when I'm 6, 7 years old, and my parents are videotaping each other's golf swings for instruction purposes, and I'm in like the background. Like it is not about me, it is not about my brother, it is so much about the fact that they love the game of golf. And to this day, I mean, they still play 5, 6 days a week, and probably play more golf than I do.
That is crazy. So what was the click for you in your head? Because obviously you could have gone with any sport, you could have gone with any academics, you could have done anything, but somehow you said, oh, fine. Or did you just say, no, this is really
I grew into it. I learned to love it, and I think around 12, 13 years old is really when I fell in love with the game. And I love the competition. I enjoyed going to tournaments. I liked having summer friends and then school friends during the school year. And it was about that time that I started to think about playing high school golf and potentially playing more competitive in college. But honestly, I never anticipated ever playing professionally. It wasn't until maybe my sophomore year in college, and I was a good amateur player. Okay, so I was recruited out of high school. I took 4 official visits to Cal, Oregon State, and University of Washington to play college golf, and was offered scholarships at all of the schools. And it wasn't until I was injured my sophomore year of college at the University of Washington that because of that injury I got a 5th year of eligibility and was able to do an internship at a financial planning office. Our business internships require 20 hours for only 2 credits. So it was the only reason I was able to do a business internship. And I sat in a cubicle 3 days a week, and I looked outside, and it was beautiful. It was like blue sky, and I'm like in a cubicle, and I said, man, I wish I was playing golf. And it was the first time I ever felt like it was a choice, that it was mine. Like the game of golf was mine. And I had a couple years left of college, and it was at that moment that I kind of said, you know what, this is really what I want to do. And by the time I graduated college, I was the #1 ranked amateur in the country and turned pro shortly thereafter, and I've been out here ever since.
And how would your family and friends describe you in your golf personality, both on and off the course? Like, what kind of a golfer are you mentally, and the way that you approach the game? Are you pretty footloose and fancy free? Are you very, very dedicated and determined? What are you?
I think I've gone through transitions in my career. I think as younger, it was all about the social aspect of the game of golf, and I was competitive. Believe me, I played other sports, played soccer and basketball, and I played basketball all the way through high school. But it was very fun, and that's why I played it. I think somewhere in college, and then shortly after I graduated college, I call those I was just very intense. Like I wanted it, I was hungry. And now I'm at a point where I realize that every week doesn't define me. And I think I've got such an incredible peace with the game of golf. I think if you live every day being so hungry and so intense, that it leads to the same kind of emotional disappointment. And you can never survive on tour living that way. So I think I've learned in my career on tour to enjoy the game of golf and understand. I feel like I understand how fortunate I am to be playing golf for a living, and that's my job, and I don't really ever feel like I've worked a day of, in my life. So it's been an incredible journey all the way through my entire golfing career, but especially professionally, to really feel like I still love the game.